Okay.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, thank you. Good job.
Somebody else is one of them. That. I didn't know she would know. Jay Boab, yeah. So nice. That's so nice though. I'm glad to know that. We need to tell people that though. Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, so I think that's good. Yeah, that's, you need to make sure everybody knows about it, but. Really?
That's it, separate bed. That's the part that once you know.
Right, right. Oh, wow, okay. All right. Well, that's cool then. That's definitely cool. We'll tell the mentors about that tomorrow.
Yeah, because I don't wanna like let the cat out of the bag.
Yeah. Yep. Did you see that? No, hold on. I was gonna make sure nobody else is in. Did you see that, what the, iPad?
I did. On Sunday morning. So let me know. Or I'm not sure.
I just wanna make sure you know. I know that you're the one that I would.
Hi, Andrew. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
I think I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes. Nobody else is on here.
Okay.
And we can talk a little bit. Were you able to do any of the exercises that we talked about?
Yeah. I haven't, stayed on course entirely because I've had a bunch of other stuff going on, but I am making progress on a couple of my goals so far, and I had a really good weekend after the awards event the other night. I went out and kind of worked the clubs a little bit in the music scene where I'm tied in, and
Okay.
came away with maybe nothing immediate, but definitely came away with 3 leads for listing properties.
That's awesome. So today's class basically was, and I will share my screen in just a couple minutes.
Sure.
I don't think there's going to be anyone else other than us. So I will share my screen, and then what I can do is, are you coming for Stump the Broker tomorrow?
Yes.
So I can actually have this printed. So basically today's lesson is to go over everything that we were supposed to do in the first quarter
Mhm.
and actually rate ourselves.
Okay.
So and the good news is now you can rate yourself and you can have those papers, and then again for the next quarter we start the same way,
Okay.
putting down 3 goals. And for now, maybe you can just focus on one business goal, like focus on that, because I know you have so much going on. That way you can actually see progress.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yeah, it does for sure.
Okay, let me open up my screen and okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so this is review and planning workbook. And you want to take notes, you can take notes, or like I said, do you want me to have it printed for you, or do you want me to email it to you? I mean, whatever is easy.
Oh yeah, email would be great.
Okay, I will do that. So look, here is results and execution. So in this first section, we will have you document your results and your execution. Like how well did you do in your goals?
Okay.
Let's
Well, right
start
now
with
I'm
your-
looking at, I think I'm looking at your screen, but it's just the Google page. Is that right?
No.
Okay.
Okay, no, what you're not, it's aren't you able to see the aren't you able to see like the goals, goal 1, the progress? Are you able to see
No,
that?
no, what I'm
Okay.
looking at is looks like a home screen for Google, and I can see we're
Okay.
making baked macaroni tonight.
Oh, okay. Let me okay, I am not very tech savvy, but we're gonna get this.
Yeah, no worries. I'm not on a tight schedule today.
Now?
Got it. Yep. Results and
Got it.
execution.
Okay, okay, perfect. Thank you for that. So, so if you want to go ahead and read this first section, you
Mhm.
can start with in this first section. If you can read that paragraph for me, please.
Oh, in this first section, we'll have you document your results and your execution. Let's start with your results. For each goal, mark the percentage of achievement. As an example, well, I guess that's a typo. If you accomplish 100% of your first goal, then you would check the box for 10. If you only accomplished about half your goal, then you would check 5. You get the idea. Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
Okay. So your goal 1, and you can, if you want, if you feel comfortable to share your business goal with me, that way we can go over it. And then I think you will be more ready for the next quarter.
Okay, okay. Now for goal 1, were we just talking like itemizing it down into a week, or the ultimate goal 1?
We're talking about the 12 weeks.
Okay, okay. So then goal 1, the
mm,
primary goal was to work towards 3 closed or closing transactions.
Okay, and how do you feel you did?
I think, well, based on the weekend, I think I did pretty well. I've got to continue to follow up with them, but for 1 week, I do have 3 leads.
Okay,
So-
so that's pretty good. So now, if you can replicate what you did on the weekend
Mhm.
to really get the results you want, and what we want to do starting April 1st, so you want to take that goal again, like starting fresh. Now we're starting fresh from
Okay.
say April 1st
Mhm.
to April, May, June, the next 12 weeks.
Okay.
And you want to focus on those goals on breaking it up into the tiny goals and actually seeing progress, because I know we started in the middle somewhere.
Yes.
So that's why now going over this is good, so you can see like how well you did and what you need to change to really get to your goal.
Okay.
Okay, so and if you see, you can score week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, week 6, how you did it.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Okay, and then looking at your results and your execution, what insights can you draw, what worked and what didn't? If
Okay.
you want to share that with me, then I can give you some ideas that we can put in place, so the next 12 weeks you'll be able to work on that.
Okay. I mean, what worked definitely was just networking through friends. Now that the, especially now that the license is active, this week is when my social media will go up. So I haven't been able to draw on that too much yet, but that's my next short-term goal, or at least one of them.
Okay.
What definitely worked this weekend was just talking to people. And one of the things that you and I talked about when we met was, how to work the real estate into the conversation. And so I worked basically on a, just almost like in person, like a social media percentage, where they say to make 20% of your social media about real estate and 80% about, personal life and positivity. And that way you can draw people in without, beating them over the head with sales stuff. And so that's what I did in conversation. And I went out and I ran into a bunch of friends, that I hadn't seen in a while. And of course, hey, what have you been up to? That question came up.
Yeah, and when you tell them real estate, they want to ask you, because I think that's a hot topic. People always want to talk about it,
Yeah, for sure. And that's what happened. And with 3 people, as soon as I said it, they were like, oh, well, I'm getting ready to sell my house probably here in the next 2 months. Or, oh man, my brother is coming to town and he's looking for a place. So let me put him in touch with you. So now it's just a matter of following up on those leads, which I'll do through social media because I'm already connected to those people on like Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. So these were just like you were meeting up with friends, or you went to a networking event, or what was the event?
Oh, well, Nikita, because I'm so tied into the local music community, I've been a professional musician for over 30 years, and I've played in a couple of bands in the area that had quite a popular following. So it's literally just going to a bar where a band is playing. And, my music friends who, would come to see me play, all naturally want to know what I'm up to now. So it was literally just going to a bar while a band was playing and talking with friends outside.
I love that. And now you have to be if you want to write down this word, it's going to really help you, is intentional. You know
Okay.
how before you went to those bars and you met up with people and whatever, you had a good time. But now you have to be really intentional about those conversations. You want to make note, I want to talk to at least 10 people about real estate. So you want to have your 10 business cards with you. I want to give 10 of these out. Whatever it is that you feel is your line, and you don't want to, of course, make people run away. But one thing is, and also you can challenge yourself. Now, if at the bar you already know 20 people, try to talk to 5 new people that you're going to add. So little things like that can help you.
Okay.
So that is really awesome, and you want to be really, you should have a very, put a very good follow-up plan, because a lot of times we as agents, we are good with the first conversation, and I'm guilty of that, is not having a good follow-up plan.
Right.
So if you need to set it in your phone, or just, if you met them yesterday, you want to send them, hey, it was so good to see you, just a text, whatever it is. And I'm sure, like, since they're your friends, you will know the balance.
Yep.
Perfect. You want to go to the next question?
Sure.
And, I'd really encourage you, when I send these papers to you, just print it and write it. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I do. I did that with the first ones you sent when we got started.
Good. Andrew, you're a good student. Okay. So the next one is, did you want to read that?
The quality of life.
No, did the
Oh,
next
did you average
question.
85% or better on your weekly plan and scorecard? If not, what do you need to do differently to achieve this standard? Yeah, I'd say so on the for week one, which it's probably actually been 2 weeks to be fair since you and I talked. So I would say week one I might score low, and week two I'd score very high.
But here's what I tell you now, move everything that you did in the last sheet to a
Mhm.
fresh 12-week year. So
Okay.
now
Okay.
you will really, what to expect at the end. So you know how when you have the end goal in mind, it makes it
Yes.
easier to work backward.
Okay, so I'll do that. Yeah, so I would definitely say then if we make this week one that for my first goal there, I definitely was better than 85%.
Okay, perfect. And then this is quality of life. You can run through that,
Mhm.
spiritually, rate yourself, spouse and relationship, family, business, personal,
Mhm.
physical, exercise. So you can, rate yourself that way. And sometimes we will be pleasant, we think we know, but when you actually, reflect on it, you know where to work on.
Right, right.
Anything you want to share or anything over here that you want to talk about, or it's good?
It's all pretty good. I mean, looking through everything, I would definitely happy to say I can score high on the key relationship and family. Those are two huge priorities for me, and that's going really, really well.
Awesome, knock on
Um,
wood.
yeah, right, right. I know, right? You never know. Business is, I am absolutely feeling a lot more comfortable. I think Coastal has had a huge part there. I don't know how much I was able to share with you about getting started, but it basically took almost a year from beginning with classes to the point where I finally got my license to be approved. There was a lot of difficulty that frankly was outside of my control that I had to fight through to get to the point where that license was finally approved. So that finally happening combined with the education that I've been getting through everybody at Coastal, including you, I definitely feel like I have more direction in the business now and some more clear goals. I wouldn't say that I'm feeling entirely on top of it, but I would at least rate it about a 6 or 7.
That's
Um,
awesome. And you went through all those hoops
yeah.
and now you're here. So you've just started. I think 6 to 7 is a very good place to start.
Okay, good. Yeah, it really has been great. And it's fine. I'm finally getting the education that I've been trying to find everywhere. And Christy, as my mentor, has been really good. I've gone to a couple of home inspections with her. I've gone to a couple of showings. I've been able to go through, contract stuff, both with Christy and with Carla. And, reading through that stuff on my own time. I definitely feel like I'm ready for, at the very least, my first steps with clients as far as getting them to feel confident in moving forward, signing up. So I'm hoping to have that as a next goal here very soon, is to actually have at least 1 or 2 people, under a sales agreement, so I can help them start looking for homes.
That is so good. And you know what? The best thing about real estate is, for whatever reason you are working with someone and it doesn't work out or whatever, in real estate, I think the best part is every day is a new day.
Mhm.
If say today, for whatever reason, you have not a great day, tomorrow is a fresh start.
Yeah.
And I think writing these things down is going to help you as to what you need to do.
Mhm.
Here, the next question here is, what areas are you pleased with?
Well, just like we just talked about, from the areas in that previous little chart there, all the ones that I mentioned are going well. I think that the ones that need to improve are, and I'm making sure I've got personal time, so I'm still pursuing hobbies and stuff, and definitely enjoying that. I think the one I really got to work on is physical. Um, I've got a goal. One of my 3 12-week goals was to take off weight, and I'm trying to lose about 30 pounds. And I have lost a little, but that's something I need to do better with. I need to be more on top of my exercise routine. A lot of times that gets pushed aside till the end of a very busy day, and then I'm just too tired to do it. So I'm trying to reorganize that priority to make it the first thing in the day.
I would agree with you because myself, I struggle with that because
Yeah.
I'm in the morning, I'll say, okay, I'm going to do it in the evening. And by evening, I'm like, okay, dinner, kids, or something. And I feel like if we can, and there are days that I knock it out in the morning,
Mhm.
and it's such, and I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a ripple effect because if you really want to do that one thing and you check that off in the morning, you are
Mhm.
going to see how other things, you're just feeling accomplished and motivated to get other things checked off. So
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
I know for me personally, it's like waking up a little bit early to get it done. But if you can, it definitely, if you can schedule for it in the morning before any appointments or your day starts, you're
Mhm.
going to see a big difference.
Yeah, yeah.
So in the next 12 weeks after when we discuss this, then I want you to tell me that, hey, you did good on that.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna hold me accountable, huh?
I am. And you can do for me too, because and now with the weather getting better, because in the morning I'm like, it's cold and I just want to get back into bed.
Yep. Yep.
But now with the weather being better, I think I'm definitely putting that on my agenda. So yep, and the next question is, what areas do you want to improve this next 12 weeks? So
Definitely the physical part that needs to improve.
okay, perfect. Then the success disciplines, if you want to go through, that, the
Mhm.
next grid represents the fundamental disciplines of success. There are 5 success disciplines. They are vision, planning, process, control, measurement, and time use. Learning to effectively leverage these disciplines will lead to greater and greater success. Rate your level of engagement with these disciplines over the past 12 weeks. So you want to talk a little bit about this
Yeah,
vision with
let me take a look at the chart here.
we have someone. Hey,
Oh, good.
Charlene.
Hi,
How are you?
good. How are y'all doing?
Doing good. Nice to see you on.
Oh, well, thank you. Nice to be here. I'm a little late. Sorry.
Yep. Hey, and this was actually a continuation from the last class, like the last classes. Do you know anything about the 12-week year?
No, I have not heard anything or into it.
So you know what, if you want to just because Andrew did the first class with me and this is like a follow-up to that, so we were going over that, and you can listen in, and if you have a question I'm happy to answer, but I'm happy to do the first class with you
Another time.
another
Another time.
time. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, well, we'll get together with that about that.
Yeah, and you can listen in, I'm sure it's going to help you.
Okay, I'll listen in.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
thanks.
Andrew, did you want to talk about any of these vision?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is something that I need to get better on in pretty much every category. So
Okay.
I think that, as far as the vision, like the overall vision, like where I want to be, I'm pretty locked in on that. I know what my end game is. I know what my goal is for the end of the 12 weeks and then in the future beyond that. What I've got to do better with is really just sitting down and making a weekly plan to make sure that I hit those steps along the way. Right now, I have the general goals in mind, and I made a little progress with each of them. The chiefest one being the business goal with getting some leads. But I think I need to do better about. I think a lot of this falls into the same category: the 12-week planning, the weekly routine, performance time. I think what I really need to do is plan what I'm doing tomorrow today. So when I get up and I go into my office and start working, I've already got a plan in place for what I'm going to do that day. And right now, I'm not really doing that. I'm still getting some stuff done. I know a part of my weekly plan is attending as many classes as I can, and doing my weekly mentor training with Christy and trying to get involved in as many of her, showings and inspections as I can. But there are days where I'll get through the day having accomplished a couple of things, and then at the end of the day, I realized, oh, I could have done this and this and this, and
Yeah.
got that out of the way today, and I totally forgot. And that might be something for real estate, or it might be something that I just need to get done around the house to alleviate a little stress with home organization, so I can focus a little bit more on the business. So I think this is something I'll really work on this week, like the success disciplines.
I think if we could, and while I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well, is the prospecting time. To me, I feel, and I tell my husband too, I said, we will get through the inspection. If we have to write a contract, I'm going to write it. That's something I'm going to do. I know I'm going to do it. But
Right.
when it comes to prospecting and lead generation, it's something that I will put underneath the rug. Like, oh, okay, I didn't get to it today. I'll do it tomorrow. So I really want to give that time priority, like 2 hours, 1 hour, whatever it is, give that time priority. Like, okay, 1 hour, I'm going to work on my real estate business. Like for you being newer, okay, I'm going to work on a follow-up plan, or I'm going to work on my social media, whatever it is that you need to do for the business. And if you want to allot 1 hour to prospecting, talking to new people, so you want to give at least 2 hours, which is less, but I'm just saying at least 2 hours. If you want to put that on the calendar, put it the night before. That I like to work on my business when it is not business hours, like between 8:30 to 5. I don't like to work like if I'm just wanting to plan like social media posts or something, my email campaigns, I like to do that prior to business hours, because I feel, that's the time, I don't really need to talk to people. So I try to focus my main time talking to people between the 9 to 5.
Okay.
Or like personally for me, like every night before I go to bed, 1 hour, I like to, fix my campaigns, and that is relaxing to me. I don't feel like it's work, but and I feel good doing it at that time. But whatever works, just put it in your calendar and try to follow that. And again, I think it's better to do like bite-sized pieces, like give 1 hour for prospecting, 1 hour for working on your business, 2 hours. I'm sure, you can put 2 hours,
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea, because I normally go, from activity to activity based on just trying to knock out a chore. So let's say working on social media, I might spend, a few hours on that, as opposed to giving myself defined times during the day where I do it. I would probably get more done if I knew that I had to have those tasks accomplished within a certain amount of time before I move on to the next one. Whereas
definitely, and then you can come back, like if it's like social media or stuff that you enjoy doing, and those things we enjoy doing that because we don't want to make our calls and we don't want to do those things that are more challenging.
Right.
But that you can get to it later, but give yourself 1 hour, do it, and you're going to feel good.
Okay.
Okay. And so the next question is, did you enter your plan in an online tool to achieve? I'm not much of an online person. I know there are few plans online that my daughter was telling me about that are free, but I haven't. But if there's something that you know about, it's nice to have like an online tool.
Okay. So is Achieve like software that goes along with this program, maybe?
Maybe. This was something I, from the book, I was downloading stuff so that I could use to teach, and it's also good to even, print, and you can have it.
Okay.
I
look
think
into that.
Achieve is the online tool, but I know there are some free online tools too.
Okay.
How many weeks did you print a weekly plan? You know, maybe I'll be able to find a weekly plan and send that to you. I think I did see something online. So
Okay.
I'll work on that for maybe the next class.
Yeah, that could be helpful.
Yeah. How many weeks did you participate in the weekly accountability meeting peer support? So actually, if you read the book, there
Mhm.
is like an accountability, like you form your team, and then every week you actually go through the weekly plan. And I would love to do that in the office, except that, you know, people don't show up to the class and it needs to be a continuous thing. Like
Hmm.
otherwise it's not going to work, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many weeks did you score your execution? So that's the same thing repeated.
Yeah. That's kind of what we're doing now.
Yeah, yeah. As you review your engagement and these discipline, what insights emerge for you? You want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah,
After,
definitely. Well, what we were just talking about, the daily planning. I mean, that's the big takeaway from today is the daily planning and kind of blocking out time for all the particular tasks that I need to get to, whether it's prospecting or social media or follow-ups, that kind of stuff.
perfect. And then again, that's piggybacking. What discipline will you continue to leverage more effectively this next 12 weeks? So the
That's
same thing.
yeah, same thing, all of that, and then working more on the physical goal, the health goal.
So for you, that could be your personal goal, could be the health goal,
Yeah.
and then the business goal. And
Yep.
you know, for me, like goals go hand in hand. When you achieve in one place, you'll be surprised how it like piggybacks on something else.
Hmm.
And I see that with my kids too. When they start doing well in one area, they're also doing well in other areas, just you know, just subconsciously. I think that, okay, there is, okay, so we did that, and then building your 12-week plan. So this is the same thing, you know, the three,
Hmm. Right.
the criteria, the date, and this is the same thing that we did the last time. And I'll email this to you.
Okay, that'd be great.
And do you have, I think we're done pretty much. Do you have any questions, anything before, you know?
No. Oh, I did want to tell you that at the award ceremony the other night, my girlfriend Kat and I had a chance to meet your daughter, and she was really, really nice. It was really nice talking to her.
Thank you. Thank you. I know my other daughter had this, she became Neptune Princess. So we
I
went there.
saw, yeah, congratulations. That's really
We-
cool. I saw some of that on Facebook.
Yeah. So, and my daughter Lila was bummed out because she wasn't invited. And so I told her, and she's come to office events before. She knows Thomasina and
Mhm.
some of the, you know, other agents. So she said, okay, Mama, I'll go and be. Anyway, she thinks she's a mini me, so she was happy.
Well, somebody probably had to help her carry out all of those awards.
Oh yeah, but you know what, my kids, and like I said, the family or whatever, you have to have people like my kids. They keep pushing us, you know.
Mhm.
They keep, and you want people like that to do that to you, you know.
Yeah.
So and I'm so proud of you, Andrew. Like you are there for all the classes. You are really putting in the time to really start off this business well. And I'm
Well, thank you.
excited for you. I think
Thanks.
you're going to do great things.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
It's not easy, but I think you have a passion and you're going to really be good at it.
Well, thank you, Nikita. I appreciate it. And thanks for taking the time for the class today.
No, absolutely. And yeah, and thank you for visiting, you know, like talking to my daughter. She was so happy because and I think we have such a great family at Coastal Town, you know.
Yeah, it really seems that way.
She
Yeah.
said she had a great time with everybody. So it's so nice that, you know, she can go by herself and still feel comfortable and welcome. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Good. And did you have a good time?
Yeah, we had a nice time. I sat and talked with Carla for a while and Blake and then had a really nice conversation with Christy and her boyfriend. And it was fun. It was just a nice time. My girlfriend said that too. She said, I think you found the right place. I was like, yeah,
Okay,
I think so
awesome.
too.
And again, feel free if even midweek or now that you're working on this 12-week plan for the next, next 12 weeks, feel free to reach out to me if you have a question or you just want accountability. Text me, call me, email me, whatever.
Okay, all right, thanks, I will.
Thank you, Andrew.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye.